As a Native American in the 21st century, we also rock this 21st century world. You know, we have one foot in the real world and one foot in the Native world.
Growing up, I think that being a Lumbee, everybody is just so close with you. There's big family things that you do, and I really learned my culture through my elders, actually.
When I was little, I grew up in powwows, and I was actually a jingle dress dancer. Respect is a big thing in our culture.
I was blessed to be raised in a home where they instilled, you know, this cultural identity in me, like the ways of the people. I remember dancing as a child with my mom against her regalia. It's the river, you know, the dark river. We are the people of the dark water, and that dark Lumber River. As a Lumbee, the Lumber River, it's kind of like made us. That gives us our identity, that river, and we take it for granted, like a little swimming hole or, you know, somewhere to fish, but those are resources that the river gives us. You know, I've realized people weren't raised like I was raised in Robeson County. People do some things I would never do at home because I knew there would be like punishment, corporal punishment for it. Your parents or your grandparents would put you in line. It's all about respect. I guess that's the old way, that's the old Native way, but I'm so glad I was raised that way. And I'm so glad my mom and dad took time to teach my culture, was able to drop me off at Grandma's, and I watched Grandma wring the chicken's neck because I knew the chicken that ran around on the farm wasn't pets, they were for food. That instilled a lot of culture in me as well, just by how my Native people lived off the land.
People stereotype the Lumbees because they think that we do live in teepees when we really lived in longhouses. We lived by the water and in the woods because we could go fishing and we could go hunting for our day-to-day food.
Whenever I was growing up with my grandma, she would always teach me how to make chicken and pastry and like collard wraps, collard rolls, collard sandwiches, you know, all of these different things that you can't get away from here and from other tribes, it's like, or cultures. That's just one unique thing about us. Our food is very tasty and greasy, and I love it.
I am Lumbee because of my southern slang that we have in Robeson County. Sometimes where I go, I do feel like I'm kind of judged on the way I speak, but I still speak fluently with it because I know that is who I am as a Lumbee.
How people know that you are from Robeson County, our accent really sticks with us no matter how long you're gone, you know, you'll always have that Lumbee accent.
I am surrounded by so many different people that aren't Lumbee, which is how I was raised. Everybody was Lumbee. I can tell a Lumbee out from the crowd, and seeing that there are so many people unaware about my people and how not many people really actually know about the culture, how we're mentally, spiritually, and emotionally connected to the land. Being Native American is very rare, and something that rare, it needs to be preserved and protected, and that's why I'm so passionate about being Native. We are a rare breed. We are an endemic species. You will only find us in a certain area, and you know, that's what being Native means to me.
The older I've gotten, the more I do appreciate my culture, because being at powwows, like, that separates us from everyone, and whenever the intertribal comes together and we all dance as one, I just think that's a really beautiful thing, and that's one thing I really like about my culture and growing up as a Native American. My regalia represents the Longleaf Pine, basically, and I always tell them that this symbol right here is basically what separates us from other tribes, because this is the symbol of our tribe. And it's the pine cone patchwork. You can find it at the bottom of a pine cone anytime you ever go outside. Lumbees would find strength through the longleaf pine, and I feel like we've kind of kept that around, and we do need to keep that around so the younger generation will know one day whenever they get older, and what elders do teach you, you should take to heed.
I show my American Indian culture throughout my everyday life on a predominantly white institution by standing up for issues such as the pipeline, standing up in class and raising your hand and showing the indigenous side of particular issues, because my peers and the faculty and staff that I interact with every day, some of them don't even know Native Americans exist. So when I put in the indigenous aspect, because we're not there to be spoken for at all times, So I feel like I'm obligated to stand up and speak for my people when it's necessary, especially in a class of 300 who think, when they think of Native American people, they think of the Plains Indians. Indians like the Navajos or the Cherokees, the real Indians, as they say. But what they really don't know is a lot of natives were moved out west, but the people on the coastline, we were the ones that impacted first. I think of us as resilient people. And when I have things like when the election was going on, I remember hearing someone ask me, hey, can Native Americans vote for president? And just the lack of knowledge that I witness every day when it comes to my people, when people are very curious to ask me, what my ethnicity is or what I mix with, because they automatically assume I have some type of ethnic background. And I say Native American, and ignorant comments such as, oh, how much Indian do I have to be to receive an eagle feather? I mean, I've had little things like that when it doesn't matter how much money you have, you earn an eagle feather. Those are honors. These fake feathers that you're wearing at a music festival with your headdress. Headdresses aren't just an accessory that we can make up and wear, that was an honor. When I wear my eagle feathers, those are honors, I earned those. So I run into a lot of stereotypical things just because it's the lack of knowledge. They don't know. You don't understand. Like, please stop telling me your grandmother was Pocahontas. 200 years ago, this is what they didn't want us to do, is bear children and have children into the native way. We are a winning battle every day. So I'm gonna teach my kids to participate in powwows, to incorporate their tribal culture into their everyday life, to sing songs, to pray, to sage, to give tobacco, to protect Mother Earth, which is the main thing.
Being Lumbee to me means beautiful.
Being Lumbee to me means resilience.
Being a Lumbee to me means that I am empowering.